Chapter 4. Shrieking in startled surprise, Alana fought the man who yanked her onto his lap. She tried to hit him and jump free. His arm was like a steel band gripping her tight against his body as he headed back toward the rest of his men, still trying to catch up to him. "Let me go, you barbarian!" she screamed. He laughed, nuzzled his face in her hair, and laughed again. "'Tis a bonny lass I find this bright day, seeking my pleasure, eh?" His voice was dark and filled with merriment. "I seek naught of that sort from you, sir," she ground out. He was holding her so tight as she tried to wriggle free, she felt she was wearing a lane 2 sizes too small and could barely take in enough air to fill her lungs. "My horse," she rasped out, attempting to put some distance between her and the muscled Highlander, but he only tightened his grip on her, pressing her indecently against his hard chest and his groin. "You will fall, lass. Sit still. My cousin, Niall, has reined in your horse. Although I must say I am certain he wished he would have been the one to rein you in instead." "I am not a horse." "Of that I am well aware." He squirmed a little beneath her, as if she was making him uncomfortable. That's when she noticed just why he had the need to reposition himself beneath her. Though she'd attempted not to look at that part of him that had been growing in size when she had observed him naked at the lock, she imagined his staff was doing the very same thing now beneath his plaid. Beneath her! She tried to move away from him, to not incite his desire for her any further, yet he let out his breath in a whoosh and said, "Lass, quit your wiggling. You're making me want you something powerful." That made her sit stock still, her back as stiff as his staff pressing against her in such an indelicate way. "If you were a gentleman, you wouldn't be having such thoughts." He gave a hearty laugh. "It has not to do with being a gentleman, lassie, but the way your arse is seated against my—" "Say no more," she quickly said. "I wish to hear no more." He chuckled. Then he grew serious as his men joined him, and they began to ride back over the hill. His cousin, Niall, looked similar to the man they'd called Dougald, the man she was riding with, so improperly. Tall, impressive, muscled, dark-haired, though he had a reddish cast to his locks, and the same smiling dark eyes. His dark hair curling about his shoulders, Niall was grinning his fool head off at her as he rode beside them, holding her mare's reins. "Your brother found his lass in the sea. Mayhap you have found yours in the heather." Dougald's brother. Dougald was the laird's 3rd eldest brother. She had heard that James MacNeill, who ruled Craigley Castle, had recently wed a lass found half drowned in the sea. Her kinsman had joked that he could not find a suitable wife, so he had to dredge up the sea looking for one. Dougald was one of 4 brothers. Malcolm, the 2nd eldest, had married a Lady Annis, cousin to King Henry's wife, without the king's permission. Her uncle had said the man would not live once the king learned of the traitorous deed, but Henry had welcomed Malcolm into the fold. Alana had heard rumors that Annis had face sight, and she'd thought she would like to meet her. Yet would the lady appreciate that Alana could see the dead? Mayhap not. She probably attempted to hide her curse just like Alana did, and would not wish others to know of it. The youngest, Angus, she'd heard was wounded in a battle at Lady Annis's castle, and did not know if he had survived or not. Her uncle would kill the MacNeills, every last one of them, if he knew she had been taken against her will by the laird's brother himself. "You are Dougald MacNeill, brother of James, laird of Craigley Castle?" she asked warily. "Aye, one and the same." He did not ask her name, as if it was of no import. She would offer it, and mayhap he would think better of ferreting her off to God knew where, although she suspected he was taking her to see James. "I am Alana, niece of Laird Cameron. You must let me go, now." Dougald shook his head. "The niece of the Cameron wouldn't be traipsing about our land, spying on naked warriors bathing in a loch." She felt her whole body heat with mortification. A couple of the men grinned at her. One said, "You should have joined us, lass, on such a warm day." She held her chin higher, not about to respond to the rogue. "Whose horse did you steal? 'Tis a fine specimen. She should bring a goodly sum," Dougald said. "She's mine, you heathen." Dougald chuckled, and the sound made her believe he enjoyed her calling him such an ungracious name. "She wants you," Niall said sagely. "When the lasses begin calling men names, 'tis a good sign they want you. Dinna you agree, Gunnulf?" That's when she noticed the man with blonde hair and blue eyes, who looked more like a Norseman than a Scot. He was just as rugged-looking as Dougald and his cousin, just as carefree with his smile. "'Tis a saga we tell at home. When a wench is beating on us and calling us names, she is indeed in love with us," Gunnulf said. They had to be jesting with her.